It's Bourbon Night. It's a flight fight. 64 bourbons under $30. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, it's another one. We're getting closer and closer every time.
It's so exciting.
What do we have in this one?
We've got Eagle Rare at 90 proof. Henry McKenna, not the single barrel, at 80 proof. Four Roses, still working on that yellow label, at 80 proof. And Woodford Reserve at 90.4 proof.
Yeah, still working on ours is still the yellow label.
We still call it yellow label.
Now it's kind of like the brown label?
The brownish tannish label.
Brownish tannish label?
You know, that brownish tannish Four Roses.
Yeah.
That's what people say.
I think the big one in this flight is gotta be the Eagle Rare. Or is it the Woodford?
Or is it the Woodford?
Is it that Woodford way? Depends on which way you go.
I think it depends on who you ask, Chad.
Exactly. You asking me?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
You talking to me? We're the only two here.
That's true.
You talking to me?
Not really.
Okay. Familiar.
Bananas.
Bananas. Fruity.
Bananas.
Sugary.
Candy. So sweet.
Any thoughts? Any predictions right off the bat?
You don't like it when I do
right
this.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
I think it smells kind of Woodfordy.
Kind of Woodfordy. All right. Okay.
But does it taste Woodfordy?
Let's find out.
Let's
find out with
Chad.
that.
Oh, there's a hair in my face. Perhaps.
I don't know. The first one, Bourbon A, in the first round is always so hard.
Such a loop it throws you for.
But we're not here to guess what they are. We're just here to rank them.
Well,
in the order that we like them.
I still feel like it's like a marshmallowy, sugary.
It does have that marshmallowy, yes.
Yeah, fruity,
sure
sweet.
Does.
That's how I'm feeling about this one right now.
Well,
a little zest, a little citrus zest, but
it's got the zest. I'll say this about it: it doesn't taste 80 proof.
That is correct.
I would say this tastes more like a 90.
It's got just a little bit. It lets you know it's not 80. I don't think it's 80 proof.
You know those crazy times when someone throws out a tasty note that you've only heard stories about. This one time I heard someone say they tasted bubble gum in their bourbon. And you're like, yeah, okay. I'll just say this. As it was flowing over the tongue, going to the back of the throat, I got a little pop of...
Double bubble,
yeah.
Double bubble.
But it was like split second.
Oh.
And normally I don't think I would pick up on that,
and
but it was just, it kind of popped in there.
Double bubble has that like chalky, like coating
texture
on it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Feel it now?
I totally see what you're saying, and I like it.
Anecdotally, I think this is the Woodford.
I also think that.
Also, anecdotally, the place where I heard that note was at a Woodford tasting.
Elizabeth McCall.
There you go.
Ooh,
musty. But also kind of...
Must we?
Walking into a room that is storing a lot of cardboard. It kind of has that air of it, you know? A little earthy, maybe?
A little earthy. Yeah, but mostly just that little bit
it's
of
all
must.
in that area of like must, cardboard, earthiness. It's all just kind of in the same ballpark. There's nothing else that's really sticking out. I'm gonna do the roll. I'm gonna do the 3 blast method.
One day you're gonna suck that up your nose and it's not gonna feel good. I'm gonna laugh right into the camera.
I can get some light syrup, maybe. All right.
Ooh.
Some elements of like a tea leaf.
Little, yeah. That herbal, earthy.
That herbiness.
Herbiness.
Maybe a little bit of lemon.
Little lemon.
And there's a little bit of, actually some spice coming up on the end. Little, bam, of cinnamon, emerald style.
Emerald?
Yeah.
No, it's emerald.
Whatever. Okay, he's not the jewel?
No, not the jewel.
Oh, but he is a jewel, isn't he?
He's a gem. This is a thinker.
It
has some things that I like, but the first sip I was like, it goes dry and weird real fast. It has some interesting things that I like.
I'm starting to like it more.
Right, the more I sip it, the more I'm like, okay, I'm coming around, I'm coming around.
Yeah.
I think it's because A was so sweet and this is so herbal and earthy.
Talk about two different spectrums. Actually, I'm getting a very loose Kentucky hug. Like that.
It's creepy.
Type of Kentucky hug. It's not a creepy
Kentucky hug. It can be
Kentucky
interpreted
hug.
one way or another. You know, the more I go back to it though, the more the mouthfeel is a little thin. It's pretty thin.
It's not exceptional?
It's not exceptional. No.
Okay.
Whoa. So rich, like...
Corinthian leather?
No, it's got like a raisins and brown sugar and like pecans or walnuts, like just a fall baked bread.
I'm getting kind of like breakfast cereals. something cooked though, and more like an oatmeal or a porridge even.
Like I feel like there's plum in there.
That's a regular cornucopia of smells. Oh,
Ooh.
hey.
That packs a little punch.
It does. Initially, of the three, the palate, winner right here. I feel like it has more from the get-go. Mm-hmm. I think it's creeping towards the back of the throat, back of the tongue.
But it's just ever so delicately
with a little bit sticking around on the front.
It has this like crescendo into the spice, and then it just sort of like tapers off so gently. And I like it. I'll tell you what, it kicks the mouthfeel on B's ass.
Oh,
I'll say that much.
She said it, folks.
It was like psh, psh, KO.
Wow. Flawless victory.
Yes. It's got those like sweet and savory flavors, but also with like a little bit of like those darker fruits mixed in there. Mm-hmm. And it's just really nice. And it has like a little spice, a little smoke. It just kind of does all the things. That's pretty floral and bright lemony.
Yes.
And I'm talking like
pine sol.
In a way, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like pine sol or Lysol lemony.
Slightly offensive almost.
I don't think it smells chemically.
No.
I just think it's like, when that lemon is so bright, you're just like, oh, that's lemon.
Yeah.
In your nose.
It's
that's this.
It's in your face.
It's almost more lemon than a lemon.
Put that on your label. You think you've had a lemon? Nah. Try this.
It's like lemon pound cake with that like
because you smell the
glaze over the top.
Yes.
Yeah, the sugar glaze. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just come out of the oven. Okay.
It's got that again, just brightness and a little sweet, a little floral, but mostly it's just like bright and airy on that. That's what makes me think it's an 80 proof.
I would also, I would agree this kind of tastes like an 80 proof, but for potentially being an 80 proofer, I'm like trying to dissect it like it's more of a complex bourbon. Maybe it's a bourbon that has 10 whole recipes in it, like the Four Roses yellow label, brownish label. I am getting a lot off of it. I have felt like each of these was just uniquely different. Yeah, for sure.
Which is really cool. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this one kind of tastes like that one. Which one's doing it better? But these are all doing their own unique thing.
This is shaping up to be a more complex flight fight than I anticipated.
I agree with you, Chad.
So we're going to take a pause. We're going to take about 10 minutes of a break. We're going to come back and try these for round 2. But while we wait, we want to let you know about our home on the internet. It is whiskyambitions.com. The shirt that you are wearing, Sarah, Bourbon, the Thirst Mutilator, it's got electrolytes.
It does. I can verify that.
All the way down to the Drink More Bourbon Glencairns and the Drink More Water pint glasses here can be found on whiskyambitions.com.
We also have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/itsbourbonnight, and you can come and join in the community and conversation for as little as $1 a month. We would love that.
Yeah. We're going to take a break, come back, see what's what in round 2. See you soon. Time for round 2, Sarah.
I like round 2.
You ready to get... This is where you really find yourself.
You want to get swifty?
Want to get swifty in here? I think like half to a fourth of the audience got that.
No, I'm going to say like 1/16 of the
audience. Whoa!
Yeah.
Underestimating the reference. Put it in the comments below. We always like it when you call that out. All right. Back to Bourbon A, second time around. It's more so...
If that's not...
It's more so... bananas. It's banana bread. It's banana Foster's. It's banana pudding.
It is.
In my face, in my nose.
I mean, I'm like, speak to me more. I know you familiar soul.
Do you ever think it's weird when you're really, smelling a bourbon, especially in like a Glencairn? You're putting your nose right here. Nose, and then you're like, mouth.
Well, I don't touch my nose to it.
You don't?
Like you do. No, I don't. That's too far in, first of all. Second of all, gross.
I commit. I always have to say, I like the taste better than the nose this gives off.
Do I agree with that statement? I really like the nose.
Are you just restating, like, does Sarah agree with that? Sarah doesn't know. Like,
Sarah's not sure. Sarah's not here right now.
Oh, boy. Another one.
I like this nose. I think it's growing on me. It's something
always puts me off.
It's something fun and different.
It's fun and cute.
Sometimes we need to mix it up, Chad.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
I like it.
I think this bourbon, whatever it may be, we have our ideas, but we don't know, is best by itself. I think when you start putting this up against other bourbons like we were doing here, then that's like something's kind of, it's more of sort of like an outlier.
It is an outlier.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement. Which is either good or bad. You'll either love it or you will rank the other ones above it. Whoa, that nose is totally different now.
I'm getting more maple syrup.
Musty and mapley. Yeah.
Yeah, that maple. I think I said. Rewind. Did I say weak maple syrup?
You said maple syrup, but you said it's like very faint. Now it's definitely popping out more.
Yeah, for sure. This bourbon be popping.
You don't even have to get that close to it.
You don't.
To get that, like
you don't
right
have to
here.
stick your nose into it like I do. Completely getting the maple syrup, yeah.
I just wish that was as good as it smelled.
This is giving off those earthy notes.
Yes.
I get a little rush of sweet sugar, but not like in my face where it's like, ruining the experience.
True.
I don't so much love the finish. It gets a little dry, maybe even a little bitter.
I think it gets dry. I think the finish is shorter than it was the first time around. And I think it just has like a thin mouthfeel, unfortunately. I like the flavors that are there, and I really like the nose. I just feel like it needs something else. It's having its legs cut out from under it, and I think that's because of the proof.
It needs maybe 20 more points in proof, and maybe I don't know, 6 more years.
And then maybe it could be a single barrel, and maybe that would do it. It's just like
I feel like it's
sweet nectar.
Well,
the bourbon.
I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like it's a little bit more vague the second time around.
Really?
Yeah, like Bourbon B really revealed something new on the nose in the second round. And I feel like this one's not doing that.
I think it's like honey and cloves and dark richness, and again with the fruit.
You should write poetry.
The plums.
The dark richness of the plums gave way to the fruit.
So I should write.
I don't know.
Tasting notes.
Yeah, but in like
tasting notes are basically bourbon poetry.
But in iambic pentameter.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would actually be a fun exercise.
Maybe a haiku.
I just thought about what bourbon haikus would sound like, and it was funny. I'll let me work on that. I'll bring some next time.
But wow, Mr. Carter, do you even know that show?
What?
Mr. Carter.
Is that Christopher Walken?
Well, you would think so, but no, it's actually John Travolta, and it's Welcome Back, Kotter.
I don't know what that is.
It's from like the 70s, I believe. No?
Wasn't there. Couldn't tell you.
Well, I wasn't there either.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I wasn't. Once you get into it, it gives you so much more on the palate and the finish than the nose.
Second time around, I'm still getting that like dark fruit. I'm still getting that like rich sweetness, but I'm also getting that oak coming through. It's just like really balanced. It's layers. It's an onion of a bourbon.
It is complex because once it hits your lips, you get this one thing and you think it's gonna be that, but then it like instantly changes.
Now
you
it's
get
this.
More of those berries
that
you're talking about. And then when it goes in the finish, you're getting more of the barrel and like this honey type of, almost the consistency of honey. It has that type of exceptional mouthfeel.
You know what?
Say it.
I will allow it for this one.
Hey, roll the clip.
Exceptional mouthfeel.
I will allow it.
Haha.
It does.
Woo.
And especially like, again, going back to B, thinking about them next to each other, like, yeah, B, the way, like we said, the flavors are good. There's something there, but it's just not there. And then when you compare it to C, and what C is going on, I'm like, no.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. I heard things. A little bit.
So floral.
But I also get a citrus.
Citrus, the lemon pound cake.
Lemon, I could even...
On a Mother's Day breakfast table with a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, okay.
It's just a light spring day.
I could be nudged towards an orange.
It's April 25th. It's the perfect date.
In a glass?
It's not too hot.
Oh,
not too cold.
Maybe
you just need a light jacket.
Light jacket.
Yeah.
Reference down in the comments for that one. Like, that's number 4 or 5. I don't know.
Again, nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with this one, Sarah.
It's extra light and very delicate and airy.
It's delicate like a rose?
Maybe. Is that a flower?
We're probably so wrong on these.
We're so wrong. But again, next to C, it just depends on what you like.
I'm not upset with any of these, Sarah. Not a one.
And I'm a little surprised by that, Chad.
Me too.
Because I thought that there was definitely going to be at least one that I was like, You could probably do this at home for under $100.
$85, give or take. You could do the same flight fight.
It's the cost of one bottle, but you can entertain friends, and then you have 4 bottles.
There you go. This is the part where we start trying these back to back in an order that they weren't before. It's the nitty-gritty time. This is where we leave you. Okay, we'll be back for results time. Here we go. Okay, we went through it, and it was sped up, but we really didn't go that fast.
We didn't. It was a lot of blah, blah, blah,
trying them back and forth. Sarah, just by looking at things, it looks like we have the same order. Doesn't happen very often, but this time it has.
You know, Chad, we keep saying that, and then it keeps happening, so I'm like...
But not always.
It doesn't always happen.
More often we'll have like the first, or we'll have the same first and last.
And then that middle part's all jumbled up.
Yeah, but this time...
It's exactly the same.
we
Whoa,
all
look at that.
the same. So, let's start with our last
Well,
place.
that's interesting.
Which is Bourbon B, right?
That's correct.
Okay, in last place, Bourbon B is... the McKenna. The McKenna 80.
And we did say that thing about it being a little bit older, a little bit wiser, you know.
Isn't that a song?
A little bit bolder, a little bit wiser.
I gotta have faith. I gotta have wiser.
And now we're flagged.
That's fine. We put Bourbon D as our third place. So in third place, Bourbon D is... Four Roses Yellow Label. I seem to remember us kind of commenting on something about that. Now I'm Kermit
We
the
said
Frog.
delicate like a rose
Like a kiss from a rose.
on the
Grave? What are you singing about, Seal? We're gonna go to first place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's the exciting one. That's why everyone's here. We put Bourbon C, not a shocker, in first place. So our first place in advancing to the next round, Bourbon C is...
I'm so excited. Oh,
It's
Eagle Rare.
Is anyone shocked? I don't know. Maybe the Woodford Reserve.
You know what? I'm
fans.
not shocked by that. This is Woodford. I'm
Yeah.
not shocked. I was
Our
upfront. I was like,
our second place is Woodford Reserve. I don't know. I feel like that shook out maybe the way we expected it to. But
Yes.
I did not expect to be so impressed by all of these.
correct. I think the end result was maybe what we would have predicted.
Yeah.
However, the journey to get there was different.
The journey.
And it's all about that journey. That was fun.
Yes, it was. And if you're not up to date on the 64 bourbons that are under $30 as Flight Fight Challenge,
Why?
we have a
playlist.
A playlist is the word that you could click on right here. You can click up here to subscribe. So we'll see you over there for more Flight Fights.
Ooh.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. And until next time, drink more bourbon.